What up, Diablo fans? It's Evil Spectrum 3, and I'm driving in my car right now because that's what I do now. I work 3,000 jobs, including YouTube. But hey, you know, a new Diablo 4 trailer just dropped for Season 1, which is kind of encouraging in a way. There's some speculation over how many legendaries are now in the game. So what I do want to clear up is that what we know is that there's going to be about 6 or 7 uniques that are new. So we know that. And we know there's going to be 6 or 7 new legendary powers. So that leaves us with maybe 14 or 15 new FXs or new items, essentially. But it looks to be more now, after seeing some of the reveal of the trailer and hearing some other people's opinions on it, that we're actually going to get about 35 or so. Now, Blizzard hasn't confirmed this, and my numbers aren't dead on exactly right, but if we were to get over 30 new affixes, legendary powers, essentially, plus 6 or 7 unique items, definitively, then I think that will be a much better season, because now you're playing with, well, let's be honest, you got all the different characters, you break it up amongst all of them. It really gives you about maybe 5 to 10 new sort of items to play with per character, right? I think. So, if that's correct. Unless the legendary affixes are affixes that are generalized for every character and they aren't specialized to one. If that's the case, then that's even better, I guess, if they're good. And how they will affect different characters differently, we don't know. Plus of all the hearts, the caged heart items, the things that we can socket into jewelry only, Sorcerer is going to be in trouble because they will lose armor. I don't know if Blizzard has any idea how to combat that, but it looks like, Sorcerers are going to take a hit for basically competing in the season. It seems like as of now, but I can't say 100%, nor have I crunched the numbers or really thought too hard about it, to be honest. So look for somebody else who's smarter than me to find that out, or do the math yourself, and maybe you are. But right now, I haven't really looked into it. But at glance, it seems like Sorcerer and maybe even another character potentially, I don't know, will have trouble due to that armor loss. Either way, everybody's kind of losing some armor there, but yeah. So, and then the new world boss, or the new boss we're gonna fight, that's kind of cool. That's something that Diablo 3 didn't really have, except for when it was an expansion. So it almost feels like an expansion every season. Now I know that a lot of this stuff has been done in PoE already, but obviously I only played PoE for a second, and then my head exploded and I stopped playing it. But obviously I've been playing Diablo 3 since the day it launched in 2012. I just think that Blizzard was a little criticism about Diablo 4 is I think Blizzard was a little bit too hung up on the visuals of the game, but I understand why they were, because right off the bat, Diablo 3 had a lot of criticism for its visuals and some things like that, and they wanted to be like, no, look, our game's darker, it's goth, we care more about the story and characters and things in the world, and we care more about the world interactions, like riding a horse somewhere, interacting with other players, MMO type of things going on. And I think that because of that, they've left out some of the more important things that I care about, which is stash tab, changing classes, changing builds, things like that Diablo 3 eventually had, but took Diablo 3 a long time to get, to be honest. So, how long is it going to take Diablo 4 to get these things that Diablo 3 took forever to get? So I'm concerned about that Diablo 4. But what Diablo 4 has done is it's gotten into seasons way faster than Diablo 3 did. And it already has way more content than Diablo 3 did at launch. So even though Diablo 3, present day, is a much more polished game to me and a lot funner right now than Diablo 4, Diablo 4 right now is in a much better place than Diablo 3 was in its first 3 years of availability. So they are doing a good job. Hopefully it continues to be good. There are some frustrating things that make you scratch your head and want to smash your head through glass, but there are also things that seem, like they put a lot of thought into it. I think they're going to have to let go of the idea that everybody wants to travel around the map and wants to interact with everything. I think you're going to find that people, more and more as the game goes on, are going to want to instant transport to places, get to the point, have the stuff, have the items, have everything done right away. Nobody wants to travel through the maps, interact with the world over here and there. Those days, I believe, for the most part, seem to be gone. But I do appreciate the fact that Blizzard tried to make it that way from the get-go. Obviously, they've already abandoned that with Nightmare Dungeons, traveling via horse. Now you can teleport right to the area. They obviously intended you to have to travel around in the game, but I know they were probably aware in the back of their heads that, man, people might not like this, though, after a little bit, and they were prepared to fix it, I think, in some small way, and they did, but I do think it happened faster and sooner than they believed it would. And maybe they even did think people were going to love traveling around via horse and everything, but they just don't. But I understand why they tried to go that route and tried to do that, and that's fine. And it will still be viable at times when you need to do rare things in the game, I suppose. But I do see a lot of people already wanting to sort of veer from that gameplay and that style that was pretty, cemented into the game to be that way. So I understand. There are things I'm leaving out here. What do you guys think? We're also going to be doing more crafting than I thought this season, which I'm not a big fan of crafting, so I'm a little bit disappointed by that. But it is interesting that the new items that are in the game with the colors, the color-coordinated hearts that you can, whatever they're called, malignants, that you can put into your jewelry, almost all of them can be crafted. So there's going to be a lot of theory crafting and crafting going on this season, and rolling and gambling and such. But the unified one, or the unicolored one, that's the most powerful item, that one cannot be crafted. So I do like that there is one item that you really can't craft. You must find it. It must drop. So there are layers to this sort of power that we're getting this season. So I appreciate that there's layers, that you still need the unique drop and the farming. The gambling aspect of Diablo is what hooks a lot of people and keeps them into the game. A lot of World of Warcraft players don't understand that. I feel like they're like, no, I must target farm. No, I must farm this boss to get the item. Oh, I don't get that. This isn't fair. I don't like this game. Well, that's what an ARPG is. That's what Diablo is. In the end, it comes down to sort of luck and grind and gambling. That's really what the game has always kind of, attracted people who like to gamble, like the random loot drop, the chance of getting something, not people that target farm something every single second and then eventually you'll get it. You're not promised anything in Diablo, and when that's the case with many items or a certain tier of the game, that's what functions the game and keeps the game going and keeps the player base going. So I do appreciate target farming with other things and with some things in the game, but I definitely, it just can't take over every item, because if it did, then Diablo isn't Diablo anymore. That being said, I'm out of here. What did you guys think of the video? Leave it in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Love to hear your opinions on this season. Did I leave something out? Is there something you want to talk about? Sorry for the quality of this recording. I'm in a car, but I wanted to get this out there. So who knows how many people will see this video, but I hope you, subscribe to the channel and you follow me going forward on Evil Spectrum 3 as we continue to cover Diablo. And if you're a wrestling fan, follow my main channel with over 70,000 subscribers, Joe Cronin Show, and I will see you guys later today. Leave me a super thanks. I'm poor. Hey, this guy just cut me off! Get the hell out of my way!